Seven forwards and 5 D. All right. Oh, we're live. Okay. All right, everybody. Well, tonight your Boulder Hockey Club 12AA high performance team will be facing off against the Arapahoe Warriors. I believe this game was rescheduled as we will be in Quebec. No big deal. So we had to reschedule it for a weekday evening to be able to accommodate the remainder of our league schedule here. We have played this team 3 times, Joe? Once or twice?
Silver Sticks and then...
Yeah, so once in league play, once in Silver Stick, and then once in the qualifier, I believe. Okay, so 3 times. We have won all 3 times. So it should be an interesting matchup. Arapahoe is one of the better teams in our league. We're missing a few players tonight. We're missing Liam and Jackson. They're unfortunately facing injury, and we're missing Trey Dunn in net. So Ben Collins will be playing the entire game.
Trey, if you're listening, feel better.
Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Trey. Miss you, man. Actually, I'm 100% positive Trey's watching. If not Trey, TJ, or TJ and Trey. So miss you guys. Wish you were here. The last time we played a weird weekday evening schedule like this, or a game like this, was against the Futures. It was kind of weird energy coming straight from school to a game. They're not used to doing that. Last night, they were at Ball Arena pretty late, getting their official send-off from the Avs. So hopefully on a shorthanded team, we come out with quite a bit of energy, maybe establish a lead early, and get a W tonight. About 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in warm-ups here. TJ said they are 100% watching. Just under 1 minute left in warm-ups. All right, looks like for starting lineups, we're going to see Brooksy, Blake, Alex, Ellie and Kate, the she fence on defense, and Ben Collins in net. You don't see Brooksy at wing much. It's a different look. All right, face-off is one back to Ellie. She's going to recover in her own zone. She's going to look to move in front of the net. Pass it up. It's out of the zone. Brooks is skating towards the neutral zone. Blake's going to pick it up. He's over the red line. He's now in the Arapahoe zone. He's going to stop. He's looking for help. Poked away. Brooks is pressuring. Blake's there now. Battle below the goal line. Brooks is looking to work his way out of the corner. Moves up to Ellie at the blue line. Ellie feeds it back down into the corner. Trickles behind the net. Blake comes up with it. Alex has it now. Poked away. Kate pinches. Moves it to Ellie. Ellie's going to look to shoot. Low. Stopped by traffic. Doesn't make its way through. Blake picks it up. He chips it up to the point to Kate. Kate's going to escape. Send it back down below the net. Brooks pressuring. Puck is rimmed around to the other side by Arapahoe. Kate pressuring. She pokes the puck away, and it goes in the Arapahoe bench. 13:06 left in the first. 0-0 game. We're going to line change here. We're going to see G, Connor, Jack. Jack's playing forward tonight. We got Winston, Declan on defense. G's going to take the face-off here in the offensive zone to the left of the Arapahoe goalie. G's going to win that face-off back to Winston. Winston's going to throw a puck towards the net. Doesn't make it through traffic. Battle going on. Declan's going to pick it up at the point. He's going to send it down in the corner. Connor pursuing. Rimmed around by Arapahoe. Jack there on the wall. Pops out to Winston. Winston's going to take his time, skate in, shoot, save Arapahoe. Rebound opportunity by G. Second attempt doesn't go in. We get another stoppage in play here after the Arapahoe save. 12:44 left in the first. 0-0 game. Another line change coming. You're going to see Kellen, Landon, and Blake at forward. Keegan and Ellie on defense. Offensive zone face-off taking place to our right of the Arapahoe goalie. Blake's going to take the drop. Puck is dropped, sent over to Landon, who moves it back to Ellie. Ellie's going to move it to Keegan, the high slot. He moves it back to Ellie. Ellie's going to move it down to Kellen. Kellen looks to center it. He gets pressured. Blake pressuring now. Battle along the wall. Puck's going to pop below the net. Kellen pursuing. Great forecheck so far from Boulder. Keegan's going to hold the blue line. He's going to attack the slot. Puck is poked away. He's going to drop it back to Landon. Goes right through him and Ellie. Ellie's going to pick it up. She's going to escape in her own zone. She's looking for a pass. She's going to send it. Oh, tried to connect with Landon. Just missed him. And it's going to be an icing. 12:05 left in the first. 0-0 game. So following the icing, the puck will come down into the Boulder zone, and we'll see G, Alex, Brooksy, Kate, and Declan. Face-off taking place to our right of Ben. Puck is dropped. Kate's going to come up with it, clear the zone. Puck's moving. It's early in the game. The ice is slick, so that'll be an icing. Third period, that puck would have stopped. 11:56 left in the first, 0-0 game. We'll redo that face-off back in the Boulder zone. She's going to take a drop again. One back by Arapahoe. They're going to move it back to their D. They're going to fire a shot. It goes on net. Ben's going to save that. Trickles to the near side wall. The puck does clear the zone. G's going to come up with the red line, send it in the Arapahoe zone. They recover. They look up ice. Then move it up the right wall. Alex pressuring on the back check. Arapahoe's going to throw it on net. Ben poked it away. Kate battling below the goal line. Arapahoe picks it up. They're looking to the slot. Poked away by Alex. Arapahoe's going to hold the blue line and send it down into the corner. Trickles below the net. Declan sends it up the wall. Brooks is there. He's battling. G's there for support. G held up. Arapahoe is going to hold the blue line and send it back deep into the zone. Kate first back. She does a good job securing that puck. Moves it up the wall. Alex got a piece of it. Arapahoe recovers and throws it right back into the Boulder zone for an offsides. So we'll get a neutral zone face-off here following the Arapahoe offsides. 11:08 left in the first. 0-0 game. Line change coming. We got Connor, Blake, Jack, Winston, and Keegan. Blake's going to take the drop here in the neutral zone. Puck is dropped. Arapahoe is going to win it back. They're going to move it D to D through the neutral zone. Skate it over the red line and dump it deep into the Boulder zone. It's going to rim around to the far corner. Winston's the first one there. He sends it up the wall. Jack battling along the wall. Arapahoe throws it away, ends up at the blue line. They get a shot blocked by Connor. Second shot blocked by Blake. 2 straight blocks. Great job there from the Boulder forwards getting in front of those shots. Keegan's going to send it behind the net to Winston. Winston's going to send it up the wall to Jack. Jack moves it to Blake. Puck is now in the neutral zone. Blake recovers the puck in the Boulder defensive zone. He's now over the red line. He's attacking the Arapahoe zone, sends it into the corner. It's going to trickle behind the net. Blake's now forechecking as Boulder's gone for a change. Arapahoe's going to dump the puck into the Boulder zone, and that will be an icing. So with 10:20 left in the first, 0-0 game, the puck will come back into the Arapahoe zone for a Boulder offensive zone faceoff. We're going to see Kellen, Brooks, Ellie, Kate, and Landon. Brooks is going to take the face-off. Landon's going to come with that puck, or come up with the puck following a face-off. He's going to throw the shot, or throw a pass to the front of the net. No one home. Kate holds the wall and sends it back deep into the Arapahoe zone below the net. Trickles to the near side corner. Arapahoe sends it up the wall. Ellie doesn't hold the blue line. It pops past her. Kate's back. She's racing for it. She's going to wheel, feeling some pressure. Connor there. Pops out in the slot. Weak shot by Arapahoe. Easy save for Ben. 9:48 left in the first. 0-0 game. All right, defensive zone face-off. Won by Boulder. Declan's going to pick it up, send it back up the wall to G. G's going to chip it up to Blake. Doesn't get through. Arapahoe gets it. Fires a shot off the post. Ref went down in a collision with a player. G battling along the far side wall now. Winston looking to move the puck up to Blake. He does. Blake's going to send it up to Alex. Alex is over the red line. Moves it to G. G's now in the Arapahoe zone. Tries to get it back to Alex. Alex had to go down on his knees to get it. He goes down. Arapahoe player goes down. Arapahoe picks it up. And that player is tripped by Blake. So we're on a delayed penalty right now. Alex touches it. Boulder will now go on the kill with 9:06 left in the first. 0-0 game. So we'll get a defensive zone face-off. Following the penalty, we'll lose Blake on a trip here for a minute 30. We'll see Keegan, Ellie, Connor, and Jack on the PK. Connor taking the drop. Arapahoe is going to fire a quick shot on net, saved by Ben. 9:04 left in the first. 0-0 game. 1:28 left on Blake's penalty. We're going to redo that face-off. Jack's going to take the drop here. One back by Arapahoe. They're going to move it D to D. Defenseman's going to skate in, shoot, send it way high and wide. Puck rims around. Jack was there pressuring. Keegan's going to secure it and send it down ice. It's rolling, or was rolling, and that will be an icing. 8:47 left in the first. 1:11 left in Blake's penalty, and we will get another defensive zone face-off after the Boulder icing. Keegan, Ellie, Jack, and Connor will remain. Arapahoe is going to come up with the puck following the face-off. They move it to the point. Shot on net, save Ben. 8:40 left in the first. 0-0 game. 1:04 left on the penalty. Keegan and Ellie are going to say G and Kellen are coming out. Looks like G's going to take the face-off here. It's going to take place in the Boulder zone. So hour left at Ben. One back to Ellie. Ellie's going to wheel behind the net. Feeling some pressure. G there to help. Ellie's still battling. Arapahoe player comes up with it. Pass blocked by Keegan. Arapahoe gets a shot on net. Saved by Ben. Ellie clears the zone, and the puck is going to roll all the way down for an icing. 8:22 left in the first, 0-0 game. 46 seconds left on the penalty cone. Kate and Declan are coming out. Ellen and G will stay. And we will have another defensive zone face-off, this time to our right of Ben. G's going to take the drop here. G's going to send it into the corner. Kate's going to pick it up. She's going to wheel behind the net. She gets around one, chips it up the wall, chasing the puck. She moves it up to G. G's going to clear the zone. Arapahoe picks it up in the neutral zone, poked away by Kellen, sent into the Arapahoe zone. Kellen pursuing on the forecheck. Arapahoe rims it around. They're going to look to clear the zone. They do. They pass it over the red line. They're going to enter the Boulder zone. Declan defending. He pokes it away. Arapahoe picks it up. They're going to drive down the right wall, send it into the corner, send it back up to the point. Their defenseman's going to skate in, send it to the far corner or far dot, move it back to the D. They go D to D. Defenseman shoots, blocked. Arapahoe tries to send it back door, does not get through. Kate battling. She sends it behind the net to Declan. Declan's going to rim it around. That puck will not get out. We are back to full strength, though. We've effectively killed that penalty. Arapahoe sends it back door again, not able to connect. They're not able to get a shot off initially. Secondary shot goes over the net, rims around to the D, sends it back into the corner. They move it back to the D. They send it D to D. Their defenseman skates in, shoots, blocked again, that time by Landon. And Boulder clears the zone. This time, no icing. Boulder going for a change. We got Keegan and Winston on the ice now. Landon, Alex, and Blake are out there. Arapahoe looks to clear the zone. They pass it right to Keegan. Keegan enters the slot, shoots, save Arapahoe goalie. 6:57 left in the first, 0-0 game. Great shot there from 7. Brooks is coming on the ice. So we'll have Alex, Blake, Brooks, Keegan, and Winston. Offensive zone face off to the left of the Arapahoe goalie. Puck is dropped, sent behind the net. Arapahoe's going to be the first one there. They're going to rim it around the far side wall, and they're going to pass it right to Brooks. Brooks is going to chip it to Alex. Alex is now, he's behind the net. He's looking for a teammate. Tries to send out front, blocked, recovers it. He's feeling some pressure. Blake there helping. Blake comes up with it, makes a move around one. Oh, poked away. Arapahoe's going to recover. They're going to skate it out of the zone. They're going to try and pass it as they cross the red line. Picked off by Keegan. He read that from a mile away. And the ref's going to blow for an offside. So 6:25 left in the first. 0-0 game. We're going to see Ellie, Kate, Kellen, Connor, and Jack. Jack taking the face-off here in the neutral zone. Puck is won back by Arapahoe. Pressured by Jack. Arapahoe picks it up and sends it out of the zone. Ellie recovers in the neutral zone. She's looking for a teammate, moves it up to Kellen, goes off his stick into the Arapahoe zone. Arapahoe looks to clear, and the puck ends up in the Arapahoe bench. 6:10 left in the first, 0-0 game. And the refs are saying this face-off is going to take place all the way back in the Boulder zone as the puck was played with a high stick as it went into the Arapahoe bench. Same 5 skaters remain. Jack's going to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Sent behind the net. Ellie picks it up. She's going to send it back to Kate. Kate looks up ice, moves it up to Jack, goes off his stick. Arapahoe recovers. They move it through the neutral zone, back into their defensive zone, up the near side wall. They're now in the Boulder zone, one-on-one with Ellie. Sent to the slot, poked away by Kate. Puck is sent to the far side wall now. Arapahoe is going to dump it in the corner. Snagged by Kate. She's got it out of the zone. Connor's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. Connor's over the red line. He's going to dump it in the Arapahoe zone. Kellen's pursuing on the forecheck. Arapahoe player goes down. Arapahoe parents looking for a penalty. Kellen goes down, no call. Winston able to hold the blue line there. Great job from 15. Arapahoe looks to clear. They do. Ellie was going back for a change. So Declan's on the ice now. Arapahoe player skates in, shoots, save Ben. Landon picks it up. He's got a lot of ice in front of him. He's out of the zone. He's over the red line. Alex was in his way, and geez, the ref blows it dead for an offsides, even though Alex never skated over the blue line. Based off his reaction, he knows bad whistle there. A 5:08 left in the first 0-0 game. Neutral zone faceoff following the incorrect offsides whistle. We got Alex, G, Landon, Winston, and Declan. G taking the drop. Alex is going to poke it into the Arapahoe zone following the faceoff. Landon pursuing on the forecheck now. Arapahoe's going to send it up the wall. G's there. G makes a move around one. He's driving behind the net. He's looking for a teammate. He's going to send it out to Declan. Declan's going to step up, shoot, blocked by Arapahoe. Declan recovers it, sends it deep into the zone, gloved by an Arapahoe player, and then sent out of the zone. Winston pressuring here in the neutral zone. Declan back to recover. He moves across ice to G. G's going to drop it back to Declan. Declan's going to send it over to Winston. Winston's going to send it cross ice to G. G's going to drop it over to Winston. Winston's going to send it down ice to Blake. Blake's wide open as he crosses the red line. He's over the blue line. That was an offsides that they didn't call. Alex gets it in front of the net. Shot goes wide. Arapahoe looks to clear. They do. Looks like icing. Oh, it is going to be an icing. So with 4:07 left in the first 0-0 game, the puck will move into the Arapahoe zone for an offensive zone faceoff. We're going to see Ellie, Keegan, Blake, Connor, and Brooks. See if this group can get us on the board. Blake's going to take the faceoff. Puck is dropped. Arapahoe's going to come up with it. Brooks is pressuring. Arapahoe's going to send it behind the net. They're going to look to clear. Ellie holds the blue line, sends it back down the wall. Arapahoe's going to pick it up in the corner, send it behind the net. Blake pressuring on the forecheck. Arapahoe sends it up the wall. Keegan picks it up. Nope, Blake has it now. He's in the high slot. He's going to dump it in the corner to Brooks. Connor's going to pursue behind the net. Brooks there for help. Arapahoe sends it into the far side corner. Pressured by Blake, and they're going to move it right to Connor behind the net. Connor sends it out front to Brooks. Not able to get much on it. Connor sends it back out front to Brooks. Puck's shot saved initially by the Arapahoe goalie. Sent behind the net. Brooks battling. Blake pressuring now in the corner. Sent up the wall. Ellie pursues. Blake comes up with it. Blake moves it back to Ellie. Ellie makes move around one. Passes it to Connor in the slot. Not able to get his shot off. Pressured by Arapahoe. Brooks there now. He picks it up. Blake coming in for support. He moves it back to Brooks. Arapahoe players going to skate out of the zone. They're going to move it to the middle of the ice. One-on-one with Keegan. Easy work for number 7 there. Connor's going to send it out of the zone. No one home from Boulder. Arapahoe's going to pick it up, re-enter the Boulder zone, chip it into the corner. Ellie's going to be the first back. She makes a move around one. She's got a lot of ice in front of her. She's going to send it down ice. Oh, she was looking for Kellen. Kellen got a piece of it. Sends it up to Jack. Jack's one-on-one with the Arapahoe player now. Pokes away. He's going to send it back to Keegan. Keegan's moving through the zone. Sends it to Kellen, who gets a one-timer on net. Save Arapahoe. Arapahoe looks to clear the zone. They're going to chip it out. Pressured by Keegan. Keegan's going to send it cross ice to Kate. Kate's going to send it out of the zone. Landon was there. Arapahoe picks it up. They re-enter the Boulder zone. Landon's going to take it back. Exit the zone. Arapahoe sends it back into the Boulder zone. Kate's going to pick it up. She's looking cross ice for a teammate. She's going to move it over to Keegan. Keegan gets it on the far side wall, sends it out of the zone. Arapahoe sends it back down the wall, not able to enter the Boulder zone. Arapahoe picks off a pass in the neutral zone, re-enters the Boulder zone, fires a shot on net, pad save Ben. Kate almost clears the puck. Arapahoe sends it right to Kellen. Kellen's over the red line. He's driving wide. He's feeling some pressure. Arapahoe picks it up, and they're going to move it out of the zone into the Boulder zone. Declan's first back. He's looking up ice for a teammate. Oh, it doesn't get enough on the pass. Arapahoe picks off the puck, moves in, fires a backhand shot, save Ben. 1:20 left in the first, 0-0 game. All right, we got Keegan, Winston, G, and Alex. Connor coming out at a defensive zone face-off following the save by Ben. Puck is dropped. Arapahoe's going to win that back. Their D is going to send it down the near side wall in the corner. Arapahoe picks it up in the near side corner. They send it behind the net. Winston's going to be the first Boulder player there. He's looking to move the puck up, sends it to Alex. Alex is over the blue line, sends it through the neutral zone to the Arapahoe player. Arapahoe clears their zone. They move it back into the Boulder zone, but Alex is going to pick that up. He moves it cross ice to Keegan. Keegan's looking for a teammate, moves it over to Winston. Winston's going to skate it out of the Boulder zone. He's over the red line, driving down the wall. Connor got a stick on it, sent in the corner. He's pursuing now. Alex is with him. Arapahoe's going to rim it up the wall, chip it to the middle. They're going to pass it out of the zone. They're over the red line. Players one-on-one with Keegan. Keegan does a great job taking the body there. Arapahoe got a shot on net. Save Ben Collins. Scary play there. Boulder sends it down ice for an icing with 22 seconds left in the first, 0-0 game. All right, defensive zone faceoff is going to take place our right of Ben. Blake's going to take the drop. He's got Kellen, Alex, or Kate, and Ellie, and Brooks with him. No Alex. That's Blake. Ellie pressuring in the corner. Arapahoe player throws a shot on net. Ellie's going to pick it up in front of the net. She's going to try and pass, blocked by an Arapahoe player. She sends it behind the net. Blake picks it up. He's taken down, and penalty against Arapahoe. With 0.5 seconds left in the first. Arapahoe parents don't like the tripping call. I mean, again, I just don't get it when it's so obvious. So we will have more of this face-off is more of a formality than anything with 0.5 seconds left on the clock. But Boulder will start a minute 30 power play here. That's the end of the first. So we will begin the second with a minute 30 on the power play after the Arapahoe tripping penalty. And we will see you at puck drop. All right, center ice face-off here to start the second. Boulder is going to begin a minute 30 power play here following the tripping by Arapahoe. We're going to see Brooks, Blake, Alex, Keegan, and Ellie here for the power play. Ben Collins in net. Let's see if we can score here in the second. Not necessarily untypical of us to start a little slow here. Let's see if we can pick it up in the second. Puck is won back to Alex, who moves it to Ellie. Ellie moves it up to Blake. Blake's going to chip into the Arapahoe zone. Boulder's forechecking hard. Keegan's going in. Arapahoe's going to rim it around to Blake. Blake sends it back into the corner. Keegan's there. He sends it back into the corner. Blake pressuring. Puck sent around. Alex is going to drop it to Ellie. Puck comes out of the zone. Ellie moves it back to Brooks. Brooks looks to chip in the zone. Blocked by Arapahoe. Brooks picks it up, moves it back to Ellie. Ellie's looking cross ice for Blake. Blake's going to enter the Arapahoe zone. He's going to chip it behind the net. It's going to trickle to the far side corner. Arapahoe looks to clear. They're going to pass it, skate it out of the zone. Players one-on-one with Ellie. Blake's going to strip the Arapahoe player the puck. Blake's over the red line. He's in the Arapahoe zone now. He comes in, shoots. Save Arapahoe. Rebound opportunity by Brooks. Save Arapahoe. Moved behind the net to Keegan. Keegan looks to wrap around, scores. Boulder goes up 1-0 here, negating the power play. So we'll go back to full strength for Arapahoe. 13:01 left in the second. Boulder takes a 1-0 lead. All right, looks like we're gonna get. We got Connor, Jack, Kellen, Declan, and Winston. Arapahoe's going to win that face-off. They move the puck to the far side wall. Player taken down, no call. Arapahoe's going to slam it into the Boulder zone. Declan's going to be the first one back. Arapahoe's going to pick that up. Jack scoops it up. He's going to send it up the wall. Arapahoe holds the wall, sends the puck towards the net, stopped by Declan. Declan's going to clear the zone. He does. Kellen pressuring the neutral zone with Connor. Jack pressuring the neutral zone now. Arapahoe chips in the Boulder zone, picked up by Declan, who quickly moves it out. Kellen's over the red line now. Puck poked away. Winston grabs it, and we got an offsides. All the Arapahoe parents yelling offsides as if there wasn't a whistle. 12:24 left in the second, 1-0 lead for Boulder. Get a neutral zone face-off. We're going to see Ellie, Kate, G, Landon, and Blake. G's going to take a face-off. One back to Kate. Kate's going to send it cross ice to Landon. Landon's going to drop it to Ellie. Ellie's working through the defensive zone, looking for a pass. Moves it back to Landon. Landon's over the red line, sends it to G. G's attacking, sends it up to Blake. Blake's going to drop it back to G. G's going to send it in the corner to Blake. Blake's going to send it back to G. Blake scoops it up off the wall. Blake's going to shoot. Blocked by Landon. So he was trying to screen the goalie there. Arapahoe picks it up, one-on-one with Ellie. They're going to dump it right before Ellie gets there. Smart choice. Kate picks it up in the defensive corner. She's going to move it up the wall to Blake. Blake sends it back up to Kate. Kate's out of the zone. She's over the red line. She's in the Arapahoe zone. She splits too deep. Puck's poked away. Landon's going to send the puck towards the net. Doesn't make it through. Arapahoe's going to rim it up the wall. Blake's going to scoop it up. Tries to find G. Doesn't connect. G picks it up in the far side corner. Drops it to Ellie. Ellie sends it back down the wall to G. G's going to send it back to Ellie. Ellie's got some time. She moves it over to Kate. Kate's going to shoot. Arapahoe save. Arapahoe's going to clear. This will go the length of the ice for an icing. 11-11 left in this. 11-10 left in the second. 1-0 lead for Boulder. Get an offensive zone face-off here following the Arapahoe icing. We're going to see Keegan, Declan, Alex, Brooks, and Kellen. Brooks is going to take the face-off here. Brooks is getting thrown out because Kellen jumped the drop, so Kellen's going to take the drop now. He's clearly looking to win it to the wall. Puck is dropped. Kellen comes up with it, fires a shot on net, save Arapahoe. Brooks pursuing below the goal line. Arapahoe is going to pick it up, pressured by Kellen. Arapahoe is going to pass and skate it out of the zone. Players one-on-one with Keegan. Puck gets around. Alex pursuing now on the back check. He's going to pick it up below the net. He's taken down from behind. Another power play for Boulder. Brooks is going to move it up to Kellen, who fires it up to Alex. Touched by Arapahoe, though, so Boulder will start another minute 30 power play with 10:43 left in the second, carrying a 1-0 lead. So Boulder should have an offensive zone faceoff here following the penalty by Arapahoe. So we'll see Ellie, Keegan, Alex, Brooks, and Blake out for the power play. Brooks is going to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Alex is going to pick it up, poked away. Arapahoe sends it up the wall. Blake's going to hold. He's going to skate in, shoot off the post. Great job getting that through traffic there by Blake. Keegan battling below the goal line. He's putting a lot of pressure on that Arapahoe player. Brooks is there for support. Brooks moves it to Keegan, who moves it to Ellie. Ellie sends it cross ice to Blake. Blake with the one-timer. Goes wide, almost redirected towards the net by Keegan. Arapahoe is going to send it the length of the ice for an icing. So with 10-11 left in the second, Boulder has a 1-0 lead. 58 seconds left on the power play. This group is going to take another offensive zone face-off here and try and get a goal. Face-off to the left of the Arapahoe goalie. Send it in the corner. Alex battling. He's going to use his body to get possession. Sends the puck towards the net. Goes behind. Alex still battling behind the net. Sends it in the corner. Keegan pursuing now. Puck pops out to Blake. Blake moves it to Ellie. Puck comes out of the zone. Ellie's going to pick it up in the neutral zone. She's going to re-enter the Arapahoe zone. She drives around some. Loses it behind the net. And the puck is rimmed around and out of the zone. Send into the Boulder zone. Blake's on the back check. He's going to look to recover in the corner. He moves it up ice to Alex, who chips it up to Keegan. Poked away from Keegan. Brooks picks it up, re-enters the Arapahoe zone, makes a move around one, driving the slot, makes a move around another, comes in, shoots, rebound opportunity. Both saves by Arapahoe. Puck's in the corner, sent up the wall. Ellie not able to hold the wall there. The puck's going to trickle down the length of the ice, and that will be an icing with 9:09 left in the second. And the power play is over, so we're back to full-strength hockey. 1-0 lead for Boulder. We'll get an offensive zone face-off. All right, offensive zone face-off. We got G, Jack, Kellen, Kate, and Winston. Kellen comes up with the puck off the face-off. Puck is moved back to Kate. Kate's going to move it D to Winston. Winston skates in, shoots, shot on net, save. Arapahoe. 9 minutes left in the second. 1-0 lead for Boulder. G's going to win that face-off back to Winston. Winston's going to send it cross ice to Kate. She's going to send it in the corner. Kellen's pursuing. Kellen moves it to G. G sends it back to Kate. Kate moves it back to G on the far side wall. G's going to shoot, save Arapahoe. Rebound opportunity by Jack. As the Arapahoe goalie scoops it up. 8:40 left in the second. 1-0 lead for Boulder. Same 5 skaters are going to remain for Boulder as we get another offensive zone face-off. G's going to take the drop again here to the left of the Arapahoe goalie. Jack moves it back to Kate and moves it over to Winston. Winston's going to try and send it to Jack, picked off by Arapahoe and sent out of the zone. Winston's going to regroup with Kate here in the neutral zone. Kate's going to retreat. She's looking up ice, sends it up to G. G makes a move around one. He's over the red line, sends it to Winston to the blue line. Winston's going to send it cross ice to Kellen, goes off his stick into the corner. Arapahoe sends it behind the net. Arapahoe sends it up the wall. Winston's waiting. Winston looking for a teammate. Moves it to Jack. Jack sends it back up the wall. G's going to pick it up. Winston has it now. Kate's going to pick it up. It was poked away from Winston. Poked out of the zone by Arapahoe. Kate recovers. She's going to work her way through the defensive zone, behind the net, pick up some speed. She's around one. Jack has it now. Sends it to Winston, who moves it up to G. G enters the Arapahoe zone. G looks to make a move around one, poked away. Arapahoe sends it behind their own net into the far side corner. Arapahoe looks to clear. They do. They pick it up in the neutral zone. They send it to the middle of the ice. Arapahoe enters the Boulder zone, sends it back door. Arapahoe not able to get a stick on it. Puck goes wide. Arapahoe sends it into the corner. They pursue behind Ben. Arapahoe player looks to work their way out of the corner. Stopped by Landon. Landon's going to chip it out of the zone. Landon pursuing now in the neutral zone. Brooks picks it up. He's over the blue line. He's going to stop, drop it to Declan. He chips it into the slot. Landon picks it up. He shoots. Pads or blocker save from Arapahoe goalie. Brooks still battling. Sends the puck behind the net. Connor pursuing now as Arapahoe sends it up the wall and passes it out of the zone. Will trickle down the far side wall. No icing. Keegan's there. He's going to send it behind the net to Declan. Declan's going to pick it up in the near side corner in the Boulder zone. Send it back to Keegan. Keegan passes it through an Arapahoe player. No one home. Defenseman's going to skate in. Some miscommunication there as they might have been looking for a drop pass. Arapahoe. Keegan picks it up. Chips it. It does not get out. Arapahoe defenseman sends it back in. Keegan picks it off. He's out of the zone. He's over the red line. He's into the Arapahoe zone. He's going to skate in, shoot, pad, save, Arapahoe, send into the corner. Landon there, chips it around one, still battling. Connor picks it up, makes a move around one, sends it to the slot, no one home. Blake pursuing. Arapahoe player skates it over the red line, one-on-one with Declan, and sent on net from the blue line. Blake's going to pick it up behind the net, make a move around two. He's going to chip it out of the zone to Landon. Landon's over the red line. He's in the Arapahoe zone. He makes a move around another. He's looking to send it to the slot. Doesn't get through. Puck goes behind the net. Landon's going to scoop it up in the far side corner. Sends it to the slot. No one there. Puck bounces off the wall, sent out of the zone. Puck's going to go all the way into the Boulder zone. Ellie's back to recover. No icing. She's going to gain some speed. She's going to make a move. Does not get around one. Recovers it. And sends it out of the zone. Arapahoe passes it right to Keegan. Keegan moves it up to Blake. Blake sends it to Kellen. Kellen's in the Arapahoe zone now. Puts a shot wide left of the net. Alex is going to pick it up off the wall. He's pressured. Blake's there helping. Puck comes up the wall. Kellen's there for support. Sent out to Ellie. Ellie moves it D to D. Poked out of the zone by Arapahoe. Ellie recovers. Escapes. Sends it up the wall to Kellen, who chips it to the middle. No one there. Kellen picks it back up. Sends it to Alex. Alex has one player to beat. Looks to make a move around one. Picks it up. Sends it to the slot. No one home. Arapahoe looks to clear. They move right to Ellie. Ellie sends a shot. Redirected wide of the net by Arapahoe. Goes to the far side corner up the wall. Winston's going to hold the wall. Arapahoe is going to be on a 3-on-1 now with Ellie back. As they blow a great opportunity. It goes behind the net. The player's pressured by Ellie in the corner. Arapahoe player looks penalty against Ellie here. She was pressuring. That's a weak call, but 4:20 left in the second. 1-0 lead for Arapahoe, and Boulder will go on the kill.
Had to meet their quota for the day.
I guess so. That was nothing. I mean, okay though. All right, we're going to see Jack, G, Declan, and Kate out here for the penalty kill. 4:20 left in the second, 1-0 lead for Boulder. We start a minute 30 on the kill. Puck is one to Kate, sends up the wall. Puck does not get out. Puck sent right back to Kate. Second opportunity does get out. And this will go the length of the ice for an icing. So this will come back down in the Boulder zone. 4:09 left in the second, 1:19 left on the penalty kill. Same four skaters are going to remain on the ice. G's going to take the drop. Arapahoe is going to send it to the far side of the Boulder zone. It comes out. Arapahoe picks it up. They're going to move it across ice. They're going to chip it into the Boulder zone. Declan's going to be the first back in the near side corner. He's going to send it up the wall. Puck does not get out. Arapahoe sends it back down the wall. G there pressuring. Declan's going to pick it up, send it off the glass out of the zone. And that is an icing. 3:43 left in the second, 1-0 lead for Boulder. 53 seconds left on Ellie's penalty. All right, we got Keegan, Winston, Brooks, and Connor. Connor's going to pick the puck up off the faceoff, clear the zone. Arapahoe is going to re-enter, pressured by Winston. Arapahoe sends it into the corner. They're going to pick it up. They're looking to the front of the net. Connor's going to get a stick on that because he was just waiting for it. Brooks picks it off. He's over the red line. He and Connor in the zone. Brooks is going to shoot low. Great opportunity for a pad pass there. Connor's going to send it behind the net. He's the only forechecker. Again, we are on the kill here. Arapahoe's going to look to break out. They do. They pass out of zone. Players one-on-one with Winston. He pokes it away. Connor on the back check now. Players one-on-one with Keegan. They're going to shoot. Keegan gets a stick on it. And it goes wide left in the net. Arapahoe looks to send it back out to the D. Connor's going to poke it around. Connor's in a race now. He may get there first. Oh, they get there at the same time. Arapahoe's going to get a stick on it and clear. Puck's in the neutral zone now. Player pressured by Brooks. Keegan's going to pick it up. He's over the red line. He's going to skate in, drop it to Winston, who shoots, goes off the back of Landon's head, and he is hurt. Oh, tough go there for 63. He took a hard shot there off the back of the head. Yeah, we do not need that right now, but hopefully Landon's okay. He's a warrior. I'm sure he's going to get up here any second. Just a tough go there. He's looking to get in front of the goalie and screen him right before he could turn around. That puck came. All right, looks like Landon's getting up here. He's up, he's moving. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey, by the way, so the penalty was killed. We're going to get Declan, Kate, Alex, Blake, and Brooks. Neutral zone face-off. Puck is dropped. Blake's going to come up with it, poked away. Arapahoe's going to enter the Boulder zone, chipped on net. Easy save for Ben there as it's sent wide. Declan's going to send it to Kate behind the net in the opposite corner. Kate's going to move it up ice to Alex. Alex is going to send it to Blake in the middle of the ice. Blake's going to drive in. He's going to send a shot on net from just inside the blue line. Arapahoe looks to rim it around. Kate's there. She holds the wall, sends it behind the net. Alex battling behind the net now. Blake there supporting. Arapahoe looks to send it up the wall. Brooks is there. He picks it up, shoots wide left. Puck trickles around. Brooks pressuring. Arapahoe sends it behind the net. Blake pressuring now. Arapahoe sends it out of the zone. They're over the red line. They're going to chip it into the Boulder zone. And that's going to be an icing as the Arapahoe player did not get over the red line yet. 1:52 left in the second. 1-0 lead for Boulder. We're going to see Ellie, Keegan, Jack, G, and Kellen. Puck is dropped. G's going to win it back to Keegan. Keegan's going to send a D to D to Ellie. Ellie's going to send it into the corner. Arapahoe's going to send it up the wall. They send it back down the wall. G's going to pick it up behind the net. He's pressuring. Arapahoe rims it around. They look to break out. G is going to get a stick on it. Puck does come out. Arapahoe skates it back into their zone, sends it up the near side wall, and pops out to Keegan. Keegan sends it cross ice to Kellen. Kellen moves it over to Jack. Jack is going to pursue the puck in the Arapahoe zone. He pressures. Puck poked away. Sent out of the zone. G's going to scoop it up here on the back check. He's going to send it cross ice to Kellen. Kellen was looking for Jack. They're not able to connect. Jack's going to pick it up at the red line. He's going to chip it in to the Arapahoe zone. G coming in on the forecheck. He's pressuring hard. Ellen's there. He's going to scoop it up in the corner. He's going to send it up the wall to Ellie. Ellie walks the line. She's going to shoot. Redirected wide. Kellen picks it up, sends it off the back of the net to himself. Moves it out to G. Goes past G to Ellie. Ellie takes her time here. Sends it back to G. G battling along the wall. Arapahoe looks to clear, feeling a ton of pressure. G still has it. He's going to send a shot on net. Glove save Arapahoe. 26 seconds left in the second. Boulder has a 1-0 lead. We get a line change here. We're going to see Declan, Kate, Blake, Alex, and Brooks. Puck is dropped. Blake was taking the face off there. Brooks skates in, gets a shot on net. Rebound opportunity from Blake goes wide. Arapahoe's going to pick it up. They're going to skate it out of the zone. Declan gets his stick on it, sends it over to Blake, bounces off of Blake back to Declan. Declan moves it to Kate. Kate's going to dump it into the Arapahoe zone. Arapahoe first back to recover, pressured by Blake and Brooks. They move a D to D behind the net. They send it up ice, and that's the end of the second. So we'll start the second, full strength, or start the third at full strength. And Boulder's carrying a 1-0 lead. So we'll see a puck drop. All right, for the start of the third, we're going to see Winston, Ellie, Jack, G, and Connor switching sides of the ice here. 14 minutes on the clock. Arapahoe is going to win the face-off back. Pressured by Jack. He's going to hold the blue line, send in the corner. He's pursuing. He takes a body. Connor's going to get a stick on it behind the net, sent into the near side corner. G's going to scoop it up on the wall. He's looking for some help. He's taking on a Arapahoe player. He comes up with it, moves it to Winston. Puck comes out of the zone. Winston's going to scoop it up in the neutral zone. Sends it off of, I think, Jack's head. Second player. Winston shot in the head tonight. We get a line change here. We got Blake, Brooks, Alex, Keegan, and Kate. All right, Blake's going to take the drop, one back by Arapahoe. They're going to send a D to B through the neutral zone. They're over the red line, and they're going to dump it into the Boulder zone. Kate's going to be the first one back in the far side corner. She moves up the wall. Arapahoe gets a stick on it, shoots, blocked by Keegan. Pressure in the corner here from Keegan and Blake. Brooks tries to pass up to Alex. Blake's going to pick it up. He's going to exit the zone, move it up to Brooks. Off of Brooks' stick. He's in the Arapahoe zone now. He's going to drop it to Blake, send back to Brooks. Goes off the side of the net. Alex is there, drops it to Brooks. Brooks sends it out front to Blake. Shot goes wide. Brooks battling behind the net now. Alex is helping. Puck poked away and sent up, and Arapahoe's going to pass it out of the zone. Kate gets a stick on it. She's going to recover. She's going to re-enter the Arapahoe zone. She's around one. She moves it to Alex. Doesn't quite connect. Blake picks it up in the high slot. Tries to make a move around one. Sends it on net. G's there. He's going to scoop it up. Work his way out of the corner. He's looking for a teammate. He's going to send it over to Kate. Goes off the wall. She picks it up. She's going to move it back down to Blake. Blake's going to move it over to Keegan. Keegan makes a move around one. Drops it to G. G makes a move around one. He's going to shoot. Save Arapahoe. 12:04 left in the third. 1-0 lead for Boulder. All right, we're going to see Declan, Ellie, G, Jack, and Helen. Puck is dropped. One back to Declan. Declan's going to send it below the goal line. Kellen's pursuing. Arapahoe picks it up. They're going to break it out. They're going to pass it through the neutral zone. Declan's back. He's going to move it across ice to Ellie. Off of Ellie's stick. She's going to send it below the net to Declan. Declan sends it up the wall to Kellen. Kellen drops it to G. G's out of the zone. Arapahoe kicks it right to Kellen. They grab it back. They're over the red line. Collision between G and Arapahoe player. No call. Arapahoe picks it up. They enter the slot. Pressured by Ellie. Declan covering the front of the net on a shot. He's going to pick it up, send it behind the net to Kellen. Kellen sends it up the wall out of the zone. Arapahoe picks it up in the neutral zone. They're going to send it cross ice to the wall. Ellie's going to pick it up in the defensive zone. She's going to skate behind the net. She's going to send it up to Kellen, picked off by Arapahoe. They're going to enter the slot. Declan's going to send it up, not out of the zone. Sent back into the corner. Jack's going to pick it up in the corner. He's going to send it behind the net. It's going to trickle around to Kellen. Kellen ships it around one. He's out of the zone. Puck pokes away. Blake gets a piece of it, sends it in the Arapahoe zone. Kellen's there now. Tries to drop it to Blake. No one home. Arapahoe picks it up, and they skate it out of the zone. Keegan there in the neutral zone now. Keegan's going to move it across ice to Kellen, who drops it to Blake. Blake's going to enter the Arapahoe zone. He's with Keegan. Makes a move around one. Backhand shot and save Arapahoe. 10:26 left in the third. 1-0 lead for Boulder. All right, we got Blake, Connor, Brooks, Keegan, and Kate. Blake taking the drop to the left of the Arapahoe goalie. Arapahoe's going to come up with it, send it up the wall. He almost goes past Kate. Brooks gets a piece of it and sends it below the net. It's going to trickle around to the near side corner. Connor pursuing. Arapahoe sends it below the net. Soft pass. Blake's able to get there. Connor pressuring as well. Arapahoe's going to send it up the wall. Brooks is pressuring. Send right back up to Kate. Puck does not get deep. Arapahoe clears the zone. Keegan's going to pick it up in the Boulder zone. He's going to work his way behind the net, move it to Kate. Kate's going to send it up ice to Connor, who chips it up to Blake. Blake's now in the Arapahoe zone. Makes a move around one. They're going to drop. Blake's going to drop it to Connor. Connor battling along the far side wall. Arapahoe's going to pick it up. They're going to move it through the neutral zone, one-on-one with Keegan. They pass it right into traffic. Kate's able to poke that away. Brooks picks it up. He's over the red line in the Arapahoe zone. He's going to pass the middle ice to Blake, who fires a backhand shot on net. Save Arapahoe. Arapahoe picks it up in the corner, sends it up the wall. Declan's there. Does not hold the blue line. Ellie picks it up in the neutral zone. She moves it cross ice to Declan. Declan's going to fire it up ice. Doesn't connect with Jack. Goes off of Jack's stick. Icing waved off. Jack pursuing on the forecheck now. Arapahoe sends it up the near side wall. They send it cross ice. They're out of the zone. Players one-on-one with Ellie. And they're going to shoot high of the net. G battling along the near side wall. Landon's back in the game. G sends it around one. Declan's going to send it behind the net. Ellie's going to race to the puck. Jack might be there first. Ellie pressures. G's going to pick it up behind the net after Ellie pressured that player off the puck. G chips it up to Landon. Landon pressure drove into the boards on the near side boards here, right in the neutral zone. No call. Arapahoe's going to chip it back into the Boulder zone. Landon's going to be the first one back. He's going to look to rim it around to Ellie. He does. Ellie picks it up in the far side corner. She's going to send it cross ice to Landon. Landon's out of the zone. He's going to send it up the wall. Arapahoe picks it off the neutral zone. They look to send it back to the Boulder zone. Declan gets a piece. Arapahoe picks off that pass. Declan sends it back up the wall out of the zone. Arapahoe is going to look to move it cross ice on a regroup. Pressured by Kellen in the neutral zone. Keegan's going to pick it up. Keegan pressures the kid. No call. Keegan moves it up ice to Alex. Poked away. Keegan on the back check now. Boulder's going for a change. Declan gets on the ice. I don't think he was able to get off, actually. Oh, maybe that was Kate that went? Can't remember. No, Declan wasn't able to get off as he stayed on as Rappo is pressuring. Declan's got a stick on it now. He sends it out of the zone to Kellen. Kellen chips it up to Alex. Alex is on a breakaway. He's going to come in, make a move. Doesn't get the shot off. Tries to wrap around. Pressured by an Rappo player. Sends it out front. Connor looks to jam it in. He's hit from behind. No call. Rappo clears, and this will certainly be an icing. And it is with 7:07 left in this third 1-0 lead for Boulder.
Oh.
All right, we got Jack, Brooks, Blake, Keegan, and Kate. Offense's own face-off to our right of the Arapahoe goalie. 7:07 left in the third, 1-0 lead for Boulder. Jack came up with the puck off the face-off. Arapahoe is going to scoop it up along the wall, send it up the wall. Keegan's there. He's going to strip the player. Brooks comes up with it. He's going to enter the Arapahoe zone. He's going to shoot. Glove save Arapahoe. 6:53 left in the third, 1-0 lead for Boulder. We're going to get another offensive zone face-off. Same five skaters going to remain. Looks like Blake's going to take the face-off. Brooks comes up with it. He tries to drive the slot. Puck is poked away before he gets shot off. Battle in the corner now. Arapahoe is going to send it behind their own net. They're going to look to send up the wall, but Blake got there quickly. Arapahoe sends it back behind their net to the opposite corner. Pressured by Brooks and Blake. Blake comes up with it. He comes in, twists on the shot. Battle in front of the net. Jack's there now. He shoots. Doesn't get through. Rebounds galore. Puck goes behind the net. Jack, Blake, and Brooks all battling below the goal line here to get possession. And the ref's going to blow the whistle. 6:16 left in the third, 1-0 lead for Boulder. All right, we got G, Connor, Landon, Keegan, and Kate. Kate would look to go D to D to Keegan. Picked off by Arapahoe. Keegan on the back check. He's taken down. And that's a whistle. The Arapahoe player or parents They're reacting exactly how you think they would be. They're standing right next to me. They're screaming penalty shot. I think I've seen one or two ever in a youth hockey game. It looks like Keegan's going to go to the box for a trip as he was back checking to prevent that goal. So Boulder will go on the kill here with 6:05 left in the third, carrying a 1-0 lead. We're going to see Ellie, Declan, Alex, and Brooks. Brooks is going to take the face-off here. Defensive zone face-off to our left of Ben. Puck is dropped. Rappo's going to come up with it, quickly pressured by Declan. Rappo sends it out to their D. He's going to skate in, shoot, redirected, goes off the post, and rebound goes in. We have a tie game with 5:56 left in the third. And you would think Arapahoe just won the qualifier, but just want to remind everybody that was Boulder. 5:56 left in the third, tie game, back to full strength. So Boulder's going to have to really battle here the last 5 minutes and 56 seconds. We need that penalty box score. Okay. All right, we've tried. All right, Ben's got his pad situation figured out here. And we got Declan, Winston, Blake, Brooks, and Alex. Jack's going to take the face off. Face off is one back to Keegan. Keegan's going to send a shot towards net. Doesn't get through traffic. Looking for an opportunity. Poked away. Connor chips it behind the net. Jack pursuing. Kellen went down. No call. Rappo's going to skate out of the zone. Player's going to be one-on-one with Ellie. He's going to cross over to Keegan's side. Drop it to the D. D's going to shoot. Saved by Ben. Rebound opportunity. 1:32 left in the third. 1-1 game. Kate and Winston are coming out now. And we got G, Alex, and Brooks. .132 left in the third. Defensive zone face-off. Initially won by Rappo. They send it to the corner. Kate gets a second line, moves it up to Winston. Winston's going to look up ice to Brooks. Brooks not able to clear the zone. G does. Poked away. Kate picks it up. She's over the red line. She's in the Arapahoe zone. She's attacking. She shoots. Redirected. Saved by Arapahoe. Blake battling in the corner now. No, that's Brooks. Alex there to help. Alex picks it up. Tries to attack the slot. Poked away. Still a battle in front of the net. Brooks couldn't get the shot off. Arapahoe is going to look to clear. They do not. Rappo sends it out of the zone. Players one-on-one with Kate. They fire right off of Kate's skates. Battle in the corner between Kate and Arapahoe player. G and Brooks are there for help. You have 36 seconds on the clock as it's running. G's going to skate behind the net. He's going to look down ice, but he fires it right to the Arapahoe player in front of the net. And Ben's able to save that shot. Dangerous play. .28 seconds left in the third. We got Alex, Brooks, G, Declan, and Keegan. Defensive zone face-off and timeout Boulder. All right, we got Ellie, Keegan, Alex, G, and Brooks. Defensive zone face-off. Puck is dropped, sent back to Ellie. She's going to send it behind the net. Keegan's going to pick it up in the corner. He looked to move it up to Brooks. Missed on the pass. Picked off by Arapahoe. Shot goes wide. Puck sent into the corner. Arapahoe moving behind the net. They send it out to the point. They're going to shoot. Blocked by G. Brooks is going to send it up to Alex, and we're likely running out of time here. And Boulder's going to come away with a tie. So, unfortunate tie here on a Tuesday night. These weekday games after school are always a little weird. But I believe our next game is Saturday against San Jose Sharks. All right. 8:45 Saturday against the Sharks, and we'll see you then.